Um, but now tell me about the culture, because you had an amazing culture there, and you continually grew it as you scaled, and that's really hard. I think it's hard for a lot of organizations to maintain a culture while they're growing and scaling. How did you do it?
It is hard. It's an incredibly hard thing to do. One of the hardest, I would say, in it. Um, a portion of it, I would give credit to myself, and that's just on following your heart. Because there were different times within this organization and others that I participated in where you get these influences that want to drive you in a certain direction. I can remember, people throwing chairs. I can remember people pushing each other up against the wall in arguments and all this kind of thing.
Uh,
And a great place to go for us as humans is in our own minds, and a terrible place for us to go as humans is in our own minds.
ah,
We can talk ourselves into about anything, good or bad. And so there were times then when things were a little bit crazier, where in my heart of hearts, I believe that's not the kind of culture I want to be a part of.
mm,
And in my brain, that's not okay. And so it stuck with me the entire time I was with the organization was the fact that I'm going to get a chance to influence this, and I want to influence this in a positive way.
yes.
And when there's negative things, there's times where you just have to shoot them and be, I'm done. That's bad, and go away from it. But most of the time, you can be a little more gracious with it and move in that direction. So, a couple of items on culture. I would say culture is it's very touchy feely. People get very into that. Well, what is it? And they each get to define it just like their own perceptions, however they want. And I feel the exact same way, but I also have a lot of structure in my life. So I had to come up with some sort of structure.
Mm,
And the structure, John, that I tell you I stuck with is a definition of what culture is. And again, I'm not smart enough to come up with anything. I'm sure I found it somewhere. And the definition was the thoughts that we have in our head, the feelings we have in our heart lead to the words we say and the actions we take. The
oh,
words
that's
we
nice.
the words we say and the actions we take lead to the outcomes that we get. And the combination of all of those things, that is our culture.
Wow.
And when you think about the really rough things that have happened in society, which we've all witnessed on the news, the absolute tragedies, if it's someone hanging out of a window in Las Vegas with a gun shooting at people, there were thoughts in that mind or feelings in that heart that don't align with my culture, but we didn't know them. So part of it with the organization, I would share stories like that and say, so what's most important is that you get to be your authentic self and truly tell me the thoughts in your head and the feelings in your heart without feeling like you're going to be damaged or punished for them. Let's talk about it and have a healthy debate with each other to
Yes.
get to the right thing. And I think that that had aligning on what it meant, culture, and aligning on the fact that we wanted to have that open dialogue about it to hear what's in people's thoughts and hearts that led to the actions that would get us our goals, to keep that kind of focus, I think helped a lot. And just great people. I was so blessed to work with great people that wanted to do good things. So